Well, hello dear motherfuckers and welcome to your Smackdown review. It never fails right before the big go home show. It's a show that just makes you want to go home. You have a pay-per-view coming up. You want people to watch it. You're going to put a couple of big matches together. And what I don't get is, how is it that there's good build up for some of these matches like Shane and Owens. But then, and it was the same thing with Roman Reigns and John Cena for No Mercy. But right before the pay-per-view, that's when they decide to not really do anything special, the one that really counts. And I know it's a lot different nowadays. They probably don't try as hard because, it's the network. Nobody's really buying the pay-per-view, really. But that doesn't mean that you don't put any effort in. How the hell do they ever expect to crack that 2 million subscriber mark that they have, if they even have that many? How are they ever going to get new fans? I mean, are they going to cater to their niche audience until the fucking end of time? How are they ever going to grow? I thought, as a company, aren't you always supposed to grow and reach new marketplaces and, see who you can get as a customer? And you're telling me that you're going to just stop right there? You're not really going to do anything, to really try to get anybody else to watch this product? You only care about who you have now, because the thing is, they're obsessed with the people that they have. If they think for 1 minute that they turn their backs on them, and you look at the smarks online, and they're not even completely happy with the product either. So it's not even like they're 100% catering to them. So I don't know even what this is really. You have to really kind of step back from it and be like, what the fuck is this? What kind of a product is this? It's not a product that even the smarts want to watch, and they don't know why they're watching it. We started off with Nakamurphy and Renee Young giving him an interview. This guy, again, and even Wade Keller admitted it this time. WWE Championship? This guy, I couldn't even, he speaks so low in a heavy accent. He doesn't even know how to properly pronounce. It's not even pronounced. It's not even a fucking word. It's an acronym. It's letters. He can't say E. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not like they're telling him to say World Wrestling Entertainment. He's saying WW, and that's it. There's no E. That you only has to say is fucking WWE, and he can't say that. But you fans, oh, this is the wave of the future. Push him to the moon. Nakamurphy's the best. I mean, guys, how great is a man that can't even say the name of the company that he's in? And it's like I said, it's not even the full name. All he has to say is the acronym. And he can't even fucking say that right. And who is this other wrestler that we have in NXT? Carly Sane or some shit like that. I don't even know her name. Kairi Sane. Am I saying that name right? People talked about it. When I knocked Asuka, sorry. The thing is, everybody was saying, oh, I gotta check out this girl, Kairi. And the thing is, all I see is she looks exactly like Asuka. So I have to ask, what the fuck is the difference? What is it? If somebody is Japanese, that's enough. They're, like I said, they're Teflon. They're not allowed to be criticized. Down to the fucking hair and the fucking attire that I'm seeing from NXT. It's the same fucking person almost. But they're saying, oh, yeah, I agree with you on Asuka, but Kairi, guys, it's the same fucking person almost. It's the same fucking deal. It's gonna be the same fucking girl. I mean, these are not fucking stars here. This Nakamurphy, because he makes weird faces and shit like that and has a catchy entrance theme, that's enough. That's enough for you guys. He trained in MMA. Oh, okay, and I think he might have had some MMA fights. But okay, so if that's the case, then why aren't you guys pushing him to go back into the octagon? If that's the case, because this is WWE. It's not the fucking same thing. Anyway, it's just maddening to me that you have a guy here cutting a promo that he can't even say the name of the fucking company he's in. And people are going to come at me, oh, this is racist. You're making fun of the way. I'm not making fun of the way how he talks. He's just not saying the name of the company. This is why they stayed away from Japanese wrestlers for so long. Because there's always a fucking language barrier. And they don't want to fucking learn the language. And I know in 2017, this idea is still considered to be racist. God forbid you learn the language of the country that you're in. And the company that conducts business in English, Vince McMahon, I don't even think he knows how to speak any other languages. So, I don't get why we have a main eventer, a world title contender, not being able to say the name of the fucking company that he works for. Then the Singh brothers came out, and I just have to say the Singh brothers are not necessary at all. I don't get why they need to be there when you have a guy that looks like Jinder Mahal. Why do you need these guys? It made sense to have J&J Security with Seth Rollins. He's not huge, but Jinder is. So why does he need backup exactly? It doesn't make sense. It just kind of makes him look bad. That he has two scrawny guys with him, and he still can't get the job done. It makes him look like an incompetent idiot. So he beats up Nakamurphy. I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to this match. I'm sure Jinder is going to try as hard as he can. And, we're going to get a lot of people here saying that Nakamurphy's going to carry this match. The usual shit that we get to hear from the smarts. Natalya and Carmella defeated Charlotte and Becky Lynch. So Charlotte's, tapping out right before her, her title match. This is the same way we always get it, so, maybe she might win the title. Maybe she might not. I don't know. I don't care at this point. They just remembered that Charlotte was even on the roster. And don't even give me that shit that she was tending to her father, because she had been drafted to SmackDown for quite a few months now. And she wasn't gaining any traction. It was almost like as soon as she left Raw and came to SmackDown, everything went downhill. When she was on Raw, she was getting big segments to herself. Remember, I was ranting on them about the fans giving her a hard time and shit, and her trying to persevere through it all. And again, my point being made here. What I was talking about fans turning on people like Enzo. That was another example of Charlotte right here. Charlotte, the fans begged, oh my God, she's so talented. You got to bring her up to the main roster. The WWE did what you won better. They brought up Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks. Remember that? Back in 2015, they brought all the fucking women up. And guess what happened? A year later, after Charlotte was there, the fans were booing her, chanting what during her promos. So, tell me exactly how I am wrong. Because people are telling me that I'm wrong about Enzo. Oh, no. The fans never said that. Are you really going to go back and watch all those old NXT shows about how much the fans wanted Charlotte? They were sick of seeing the same women's matches, Alicia Fox and all these others, and people didn't want to see that shit. They wanted to see, more than the Bellas and everything, so they brought up all the new women. And you're going to say that that's not true. But you see, the thing is, it is fucking true, people. The fans were going crazy for Charlotte back then. Now you want to fast forward several years and say that never happened. The fans were kissing Charlotte's ass, basically. They loved her. They wanted her to come to the main roster. WWE gives you what you want, and then you shit all over it. This is why they should not be catering to you fucking morons. Because you don't know what you want, you ADD up the ass motherfuckers. Bobby Roode defeated Mike Kanellis, so Maria Kanellis is pregnant. So I guess that means that Mike Kanellis doesn't stand a chance anymore of being anything significant in this company. So Bobby Roode beats him. Didn't he already fucking do that? But he beats him again. Ziggler comes out. He does his, making fun of the entrances. Comes out, banging on the fucking drum. Does those spinning things. Ziggler says that, eventually the bell's going to have to ring and he's going to have to wrestle him at Hell in the Cell. Then he starts walking away and, Bobby Roode says, you want to know what I thought of your entrance? And you know what the stupid thing about this promo was? He says, your entrance sucked. Well, yeah, Bobby, that was kind of the point. Why did they tell him to say that? The whole point is that Ziggler is purposely having a shitty entrance because he's saying that's not what matters. So why are they having the retort be Bobby Roode? And also, I don't like this style of promo here, where Bobby Roode has no mic. Ziggler says all this shit. Bobby Roode doesn't say anything, doesn't reach for a mic. Ziggler drops the mic in the ring. Bobby Roode looks at it like, I don't know, like it's the fucking idol from the beginning of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Picks it up and then cuts his part of the promo. And meanwhile, everyone's just kind of making faces. I can't stand how they format this shit. Like, where are the retorts? Where are the good comebacks? Why is these promos not more like an actual conversation? It's like, okay, I'll take a turn, and then you take a turn. It makes it so fucking boring and cookie cutter. And then Bobby Roode's promo, like I said, it doesn't make any sense. You're going to insult the guy's entrance. He wasn't trying to have a good entrance. That was the whole point of the segment. Anyway, the Usos cut a promo. Like I said, guys, do I need to really say it every time they come out? Where was these Usos for years? Instead of the Uso shit, that fucking garbage that they were doing, that cookie cutter, boring ass Samoan 1970s garbage. It was not working for them for several years. They stuck them with this gimmick for about 4 or 5 years, stuck with this gimmick in obscurity. Then they finally get the idea to kind of give them a tough persona, and they've got the Usos Penitentiary gimmick, and it's a lot fucking better. A lot fucking better. They were meant to be heels. New Day comes out. Do they seriously have underwear now for sale? I want to know in the comments. Just be honest with me. How many of you have purchased this fucking underwear? I mean, honestly. How does one say to themselves that, you know what? I think purchasing New Day printed underwear is a fabulous idea. It's like, who would want that shit? Would you really, like, want to walk around? I know no one could see it, obviously, but, what, like, who would walk around with that fucking shit? I don't know. Whatever. I guess it was okay, this little promo, not much here. Ty Dillinger defeated Baron Corbin with a roll-up. Guys, this is going way too far. Can they fucking get off Corbin's case already? They gotta understand, these people on Twitter are fucking assholes. What, are you really going to punish him this much because of what he said on fucking Twitter? I mean, holy fucking shit, guys. I mean, how long are they going to keep coming at this guy? It's getting a little bit fucking ridiculous. Like, how long are they going to continue to punish Corbin? I mean, the guy, he's just a fucking human being. Okay, so maybe he violated the policy by saying that to the fans and shit like that. But when you have such a big star like this, why is he not being fined? Instead of punishing him, like, from a booking perspective and a writing perspective, where he's forced to lose these matches, and I'm supposed to sit here and believe that a guy of the stature of Corbin that looks like Corbin would lose to a guy like Ty Dillinger? And guys, I think this is the first victory that Ty Dillinger has actually had on the main roster, at least for quite a few fucking months. And it had to be at the cost of Corbin, at his expense. I don't know. AJ says a little something after the match. I cannot fathom how they could just, have this guy all set. He's ready to go. He's about to, make it to the big time. He might have even, I don't know if he would have beaten Cena, like, if that Twitter shit didn't happen, but who really knows at this point? But there was big plans for him, and then nothing. And he's losing to Ty Dillinger. Susan G. Komen. Okay, guys, I got to say this about the Susan G. Komen. They did it on Raw. They did it on SmackDown. There is no problem with them wanting to be charitable. Whatever the thing may be about Susan G. Komen, there's things out on them that, look, guys, we all know that, it's nice to donate to charity, but we have to ask ourselves how much of this money is actually going to the victims and how much is going into the pockets of the not-for-profits. How come everybody at a not-for-profit organization makes fucking money? Ever ask yourself that question? How are these people feeding themselves? How come they live in such nice houses? But it's not for profit. Not for profit. Everybody there is making a profit. Everybody there is making a salary. So, whatever. They want to donate to a cause. Maybe some of the money makes it to the cancer patients. Like I said, it's a nice thing. I can't really sit here and bash it and everything. Something like it's kind of disrespectful to the people. My grandmother had breast cancer. She died from it, very young, actually, before I was even born, on my dad's side. And so, the thing is, okay, so, I got a personal story with it. But here's the thing. It's like they have to whore it out in a segment on a wrestling show. Look at us, guys. We're benefiting people, unfortunate people. It's like, okay, there's no need to put it out there. Look, we all know that you're a big corporation now, publicly traded and shit, and you do a lot of good things, Make-A-Wish, Make-A-Fish, Make-A-Dish, Make-A-Smish, we all know that you do good things and everything, and they had shown the Make-A-Wish thing every now and again, but now to have full in-ring segments where they're actually bringing the victims out. I mean, the not victims, patients out, the former cancer patients that beat breast cancer. Dana Warrior's out there, the Ultimate Warrior's wife. I think I skipped over this on Raw because I just didn't feel like talking about it. It makes me uncomfortable to have to really talk about this type of stuff, especially when it's about, breast cancer and raising awareness for it. But they have their website. They can do specials of it on their network. But on the main show, to dedicate, a huge fraction of it, like, well, not a huge fraction, but 10 minutes, put all the divas out there and make it feel very manufactured and put together and scripted. Is that really worth it? Really, what at the end of the day does this segment do? To have these women come out there, raise the belts up, and shake the ropes. Maybe it's a nice moment for them, but are they even wrestling fans? You know what I'm saying? Do they really want to do this, or it's just an offer? And, most people, if they get a chance to be on TV, they'll say yes to it. But it's just, you've got a lot of talent who's not even on TV at the moment. And it's just, like I said, it's pouring it out. There's no need, if you're so charitable. We know you're charitable, WWE. We know you have millions of dollars and that you give your money to Susan G. Komen. But there is no need to make it such a big deal. Because the thing is, it even says it in the Bible. When you're going to be charitable, you don't go out there and announce it to the world. Hey, guys, we give money to charities. It's not very becoming, to say the least. Randy Orton defeated Aiden English. Not a lot happened here. Orton hit the RKO on Aiden, pinned him. Nothing really happened with Rusev and Orton. Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon's little end segment here. This shit went on so fucking long. I mean, okay, first Shane comes out, calls out Owens. Owens is in the crowd, doesn't want to come down. So Shane goes to the back. Shane goes into the back. Owens and him brawl. I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, I like this. We haven't seen them brawling in the back for a long time. So I've said that before. I wanted to see that. So, I'm like, yeah, all right, something in the back. So Owens picks him up, puts him through the table, the merchandise stand there. I'm like, oh, that's it, right? That's not a bad way to end the show. I think we should end it with the world champion, but the second biggest match, it's a McMahon, I guess. So let's end it with a McMahon. It's not done. What? The show is not done yet, folks. And they have been doing this time and time again. They don't know when to get out. Just end the show. This is like, when was the last time they did this? I'm trying to remember where they had like a big moment at the end, and they just didn't know when to just cut it short. Anyway, I had something in mind. It was something I remember with like CM Punk back in 2012. I thought maybe it's when Heyman, came to help him for the first time against Cena. I thought that's what it was, but I think I might have that incorrect. Anyway, it doesn't end there. Owens comes back to the ring. Shane comes after him. Owens power bombs. They fight more at the announce table. He power bombs him again. And it's just like all that extra time right there that they wasted. They already established the point. You got to the same point. You went from point A to point B, back to point B once again. You powerbombed him through the table. Do you need to powerbomb him again? It's just, it's Shane McMahon. And it's just, it was monotonous. And, okay, so they ended it with build up here. They built it up. But the thing is, it's like, stop already. They're going to be brawling like crazy. Meltzer Magoo's losing his mind about the fact that it's going to be a false count anywhere, Hell in the Cell match. Okay, I understand that, the point that Magoo's trying to make, that the point of the cell is to keep them in. But the thing is, they've been going outside the cage since Undertaker and Mankind. If people don't remember, Triple H and Jericho wrestled on top of the fucking cage. And Triple H pinned him. So I'm here thinking for a long time that I remember there was also a rope break in Hell in the Cell. Like, these rules for Hell in the Cell, they ain't no rules. They make them up from match to match. But, there's no pin on the outside in one match, and then all of a sudden, Triple H is allowed to pin Jericho on top of the fucking cage back in 2002. So nobody knows what the rules of this cage match is, so it doesn't really matter. So you can mix and match and shit like that. Who the fuck knows? Maybe one day we'll have a ladder match inside Hell in the Cell. I wouldn't even mind seeing that, to be honest. All I'm saying is, why are we going to complain over a new match type? At least it's something interesting. At least it's something different. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm not looking forward to seeing Kevin Owens' man titties jiggle, but I will say that I'm looking forward to a new match type. Anyway, motherfuckers, show was uneventful, except for the end there. But this show needed a lot more, especially the opening segment. If you can't even say the name of the fucking company you're in, what am I going to tell you? What am I supposed to say here, folks? He did a good job mispronouncing WWE. I mean, what kind of praise am I supposed to give to Nakamurphy? What am I supposed to stand here in this video and say? What kind of praise? Hey, the guy's got some nice kicks. I mean, like, really? What am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to please the people here in the YWC? Please don't unsubscribe to me, guys. You guys do that all the time. Listen, every single time I sign into my YouTube, my subscriber count basically it goes up, and then a few days I'll say, you know what, I'm gonna put out a controversial video. Fuck everybody. I'll lose some subscribers, then some people they like that video and then they resubscribe, and then I've got the people threatening me. Don't say this on. Do yourself a fucking favor. If you don't like what I'm saying, save yourself a lot of time, especially if you're a new subscriber. If you're ultra sensitive, and if you're one of those kind of people that, the people you subscribe to, you have to agree with every single thing that they say or else you won't be a subscriber to them. That's pretty sad, by the fucking way, if that's your mentality. But please do yourselves a fucking favor and unsubscribe now. Because, first of all, it's fake fucking wrestling. It's just opinions of one man. So if you can't handle wrestling opinions, then seriously, get the fuck out. Anyway, this has been your YWC champ, signing out.